This your boy didn't know about back with another video. Say man, so Paul George is reportedly going on a podcast hiatus. So he quitting podcast P, his podcast. Yeah, it just so happened to be 50, 60, 70 games already during the season. So I mean, a little too late for that, buddy. He said he want to focus on his body, but I, I'm not with the player podcast because you already have a full time job. You play in the NBA. You get paid very well to do so. I get you want to start your life after basketball, especially you know what I'm saying, you about your business or whatever. But it's impacting you on the court. Same thing with Michael Parsons with the Cowboys. I'm a Cowboys fan. Michael Parsons with the Cowboys. Just stop all the talking, bro. Because when you don't win, it looks a certain way, whether you want it to or not, whether it has any real impact or not. It just look a certain way, and you just gotta stop all the talking. But let me see what podcast P on. I'm gonna look and see about his podcast hiatus. Um, so 76 Paul George going on podcast hiatus to focus on injury rehab. Fucking idiot. Paul George is taking a break from podcasting in order to focus on a potential playoff push that's not happening by the Philadelphia 76ers. George announced his hiatus after speaking with Dwight Howard on Monday's episode of Podcast P with Paul George. I want to let the Podcast P family know that after today's episode with Dwight, I plan to take a break from the pod just to focus on getting my body right, getting me. So you waited till after the All Star break to focus on getting your body right and getting mentally right, okay? And make this squad make a push toward our goal to finish the season out. Give ourselves a chance to be in contention to compete for a championship. Man, stop it. George's announcement comes amid uncertainty surrounding the future of 76ers star Joel Embiid, who is currently sidelined as he undergoes testing on his injured left knee. The news always the news also comes amid increased scrutiny regarding George's podcasting activity amid one of the worst seasons of his career, which is coming less than a year after he signed a 4-year, $212 million max contract to join the Sixers last offseason. The Howard interview marks the 61st episode of Podcast P uploaded to YouTube since George's first season with the 76ers tipped off. Whoa, 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 whoa. So 61 episodes since he's been with the 76ers, if I'm reading it correctly. How many games has he played? Let me see how many games this nigga done played. Oh, George. So Paul George has only played in 38 games. So he's played 38 games for the 76ers. Terrible, terrible everything. But he's also did 61 episodes of Podcast P. So, man, that's crazy. Um, since that day, George has played in 38 games while averaging his lowest full season output in over a decade with 16 points per game. Sixers head coach Nick Nurse told reporters he's not ready to commit to Embiid season being over. Marcus Hayes of Philadelphia Inquirer recently reported Embiid is considering radical procedures requiring up to a year rehab in order to prolong his career. The Sixers currently sit 2.5 games back of the Chicago Bulls. That's disgusting. And behind the Brooklyn Nets for the last play-in spot. That's disgusting. You behind the Bulls and the Nets. I don't care if Embiid is on one leg. I don't care if Paul George is falling off. Y'all supposed to be better than the Bulls and the Nets. It's just inexcusable. Given the uncertainty surrounding Embiid's future, the team will likely need a strong back third of the season for George in order to make a late push for the postseason. George launched Podcast P in March 2023. There has since been more than 1,000 videos posted to the podcast YouTube channel. If his hiatus from the show comes alongside any improvements on the court, the break could raise questions about athletes' participation in in-season podcasts going forward. Man, man, hey, say, bro, just stay off the podcast, bro. Yeah, y'all think it don't affect his play? You sorely mistaken. You literally have two jobs. You making yourself have two jobs is still two jobs. Whether it's podcasting, you standing in front of a mic or not. I think Paul George just, man, these players, bro, they get too ahead of themselves. They forget they employees. I get it. Y'all highly paid as employees, but say, bro, you still got a job to do. And when you performing like that, have one of the worst seasons of your career, you done played less games than you done podcasted since you've been with the team. It's just not a good look. It's just not a good look. Paul George has been terrible. This has been the 76ers season from hell. I had high hopes. I admit it. I was wrong. I thought these dudes would actually do something this season. Albeit me having expectations for an MVP, a future Hall of Famer, and a rising star. I'm sorry. And Jared McCain getting hurt, that just made everything that much worse. This has been one of the worst and most disappointing seasons I've ever seen from a team as far as projection and production and the amount of pay that these guys get. This team has just been absolutely garbage. Paul George. The podcast just not a good look, man. Like I said, it's the same thing with Michael Parsons, bro. It's just not a good look. Now, the 76ers got the Knicks tonight. Don't hold your breath. The Knicks they just lost to Boston last time they was on ESPN. Now they on ESPN against the hobbled 76ers. I'm pretty sure Joel Embiid out. It's gonna get bad, bro. And Paul George, for you to finally say, oh, you know what? Maybe this podcast is affecting my play. Like, what are we, 60-something games into the season? It's a little too late for that, bro. But y'all let me know how y'all feel in the comments. Should players be doing player podcasts throughout the season? Let me know in the comments. Do y'all think players should have player podcasts throughout the season? Or should they wait to the off season? Or should it be in a contract to where you can be like, man, I don't want you podcasting while you under contract? Y'all let me know how y'all feel in the comments. Let me know how y'all feel about Paul George, 76ers. Should 76ers blow it up, trade Embiid, trade Paul George, and rebuild around Maxey, McCain, and whoever they get in the draft? Should they tank? What should 76ers do, bro? Paul George, you out of there, bro. And man, this your boy didn't know about. Please make sure you like, comment, subscribe. It helps a lot. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm out.
Found some shit I love to do, so I can live comfortable. Searching for a peace of mind, need that when it's time to rhyme. Perfect in every line, any chance I get, and I know it takes time, but I will never quit.